Hey y'all, how's it going? This is Bennett. This lesson will show you how to play the A section of Build Cheatum 5 different ways. The first one is Scruggs style, second is Melodic, third one is what I call Sullivan style, which is just my own take. Take or leave this one if you want. The fourth one is a high up the neck break, and the fifth one is a single string / bluesy kind of break. I hope this helps you learn how to improvise better over this A section. Learning this all by ear is the best way to learn it. So let me know if you have any comments or questions about that below this video in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy Build Cheatum. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. This first variation is pretty straightforward Scruggs. I'm trying to get the melody in there as much as I can, but as you know, this is a fiddle tune, so it's easier to get those melodies in there if you're playing scales, which you'll see in the next variation. But this is all pretty much straightforward, just rolls over the chords with trying to get the melody in there as much as I can. So, you know, that first obvious thing is... And then the melody that I hear in my head, that's not the Scruggs melody, is deba dooby deba da, or so that's kind of the closest thing that I found. I mean, you could go, or if you wanted to get that seventh in there, it'll lead you to the fourth chord, and that's also based on the melody. So, you know, there's a lot of differences in that, but you can hear the similarity. And then, so pretty much rolling over the chords. You can even use that as a backup if you leave out the, here you go. Sounds good played as backup. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. 1, Second variation is straight up melodic as a fiddle tune, as a fiddle player might play it. So. And so on. So you get that really fiddle tuney, Bill Keith sounding break. And that's pretty straightforward. These two breaks, I wanted to show you kind of the Scruggs way to play it and then the melodic way to play it, so you can start to blend those two. For example, so you could see I switched them. I went 2 measures of the Scruggs version, 2 measures of melodic, 2 measures of Scruggs, 2 measures of melodic. And that's the idea behind these videos, is that you learn these arrangements or you learn these variations and you could eventually put them together. So once you learn these 2 first ones, try mixing them before moving on to the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. This next one is a little bit of a kind of a bluesy, Scruggsy, melodic mixture of notes. So you get the I would even maybe call this like the Bennett Sullivan variation, just because I feel like there's a lot of my personality going into this arrangement. So after that transition, that's a chromatic thing that I'm doing single string to lead me to that C. So kind of stock melodic stuff at the very end. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. For the next one, I'm doing harmonics. And that's the melody. So I'm just literally taking the melody up the neck. Notice I'm getting my thumb up here for that, the 14th fret. Almost super, all of it's super straight, melodic style playing. I thought about getting that, you know, the and you could do that. You know, with these upper position scales, but I just felt like going down the neck for that. So you have that melody, and that's where you start. You start with this melody. This is something that Noam Piccone has worked on and is very good at. He'll do a lot of slides and stuff up there, but that's just food for thought. You can take that and run with it if you want to, or just leave it and do the variation that I showed you in this video. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. The next one is single string with a little bluesy flair at the end. I'm just taking that melody that's currently in my head, the boom bam ba bo ba da ba doo ba da ba da, and putting it in the context of these different styles. So little chromaticism in there to get me to that C. And you should be able to see the relationship or hear the relationship between this single string phrase and the melodic phrase at the beginning of this lesson. So that's kind of another point of these videos, is to kind of highlight the similarities and differences of these different styles. And then that's a little Tony Rice, I think it's actually a Brian Sutton lick. Yeah, it's a Brian Sutton lick there. I think he does it on Decision at Lady Fork. And then, do you do this again? And that's just a blues phrase. You could go. You could go, you know, melodic style, but I like the single string kind of grittiness of it. And then some Scruggs licks at the end. So that starts with your thumb on the bottom. And then you're stretching your pinky out to get that, the 8th fret. Whatever you want to do there. I hope this helps you figure out some variations that you can use over the A section for Bill Cheatum. If you want to learn some variations for the B section of Bill Cheatum, check out the new Banjo by Ear lesson over at banjobyear.me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for a new vid.